Yeah.
You do know we started.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to Kyoudai Ai, the mostly weekly podcast where two brothers geek out about everything Super Sentai and Kamen Rider. You have made it to episode number 13. Every week we talk about the season of Kamen Rider and Super Sentai we're on. Currently we're on Super Sentai, Mirai Sentai, Timeranger, and Kamen Rider Kuuga. We also talk about Gachiakuta and DandaDan every week as they release, if we can.
We do our best.
Yeah. I'm your host, superjollymac. Beside me, as always, my brother, DonTheVan.
Hey. What's good?
For our final episode together in the same space.
Yeah. I'm gonna cry. I can't turn into an anime character. I can't.
So, how you feeling?
I feel good.
Good.
I feel good. I threatened to move up here a couple of times, but yeah, I feel good. Yeah.
It's more a threat for you because you get no peace. No peace if you get too close.
Yeah, I believe that actually.
Yeah.
I'd get called nonstop. Hey, you want to come over and help out with this?
You wouldn't even get a call. You just get knock, 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 and you look outside, and there'd be just everybody outside.
Twins.
Hey, you ready to play? You ready to play? You ready to play? Yeah.
Yeah.
Last episode before we go on our big trip, have a little break.
Yeah.
Hopefully get a little chill time and then come back. Probably still tired because, as you know, got no money, got no time.
Yeah. Just hopes and dreams. That's it. Woo.
But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Dive into the Toku chaos we all love and anime. Grab your changer, grab your drivers, cue the theme song, and let's go.
Kawaii Ikai?
I knew that was let's go ahead and talk about what we've been listening to.
Oh man. Well, I had the privilege of hearing the song Kyoudai Ai
Kawaii.
Kawaii. Oh, Kawaii Kawaii. It's how they said it.
Kawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the way they pronounced it because it made it so much easier to know what they were saying.
Yeah.
It is so catchy.
They're close. Yeah.
It's so catchy. Yeah. I love that song. I am definitely going to try to put that into the DJ mix for sure. Yeah, so heard the song from Pantyhose and Stocking Stocks.
Panty and Stocking and Garterbill.
Oh, Panty and Stocking and Garterbill.
Just Panty and Stocking is fine. Yeah.
That one's cool too. I don't remember the names of the other ones, but they were cool.
Kill la Kill was Gomenne Iko something. I forget the full title, but I know it starts with Gomenne.
Not gonna lie, we probably should have started with those and ended off with Kawaii because look, that one was pretty strong.
Yeah.
It was so cute.
That was one that grew on me too. The first episode, I was like, cool. And then by the second one, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like this.
It's a banger. Let me put that on.
Yeah.
Start my day off right.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it. But anyways, I heard that, so that's my new listens for outside of more DJ mixes.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. It's a pretty short listen, right? This one.
Let's keep it going then.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been any new games or watching.
No. No time.
Yeah, focusing on the Sentai and the Kamen Rider for this week.
Yeah. It was a struggle trying to get all of it in this week.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. We found time though.
There was a few more things I wanted to watch. We debated a long time about just making this the episode.
Yeah.
So this will be the penultimate episode for Kamen Rider Kuuga and
Mirai Sentai.
Yeah, Mirai Sentai Timeranger.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have one more episode to end them off, but
Yeah. Then we're on to the next one in the series.
Yep.
Are we gonna watch them like in order, or are we gonna skip around to the ones we just want to watch?
No, we're going in order.
Okay.
Yeah.
Up until 2025?
Up until 2025.
Or until
as far as you want to go, yeah.
Oh,
we
man.
can probably slow down once we get closer.
Mhm.
This pace was just so we could get a couple seasons in.
Okay.
I'd say once we get to Decade, maybe we can slow down. I don't know. It's up to you. We'll figure it out once we get there.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, we could probably keep this pace until we hit the current, like whatever time we catch up to is the current, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'm okay with that.
Good. I don't think we have any new games or watching, so let's go ahead and get into the
meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
All right. So this week for anime, we did get both episodes. So we have episode 4 of Gachiakuta, and we have episode 5 of DandaDan. So we're gonna start with Gachiakuta because why not? All right, so we're starting off with episode 4. Also, spoilers. We should probably say this in every episode, but we don't.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a given at this
I
point.
should probably pop it up somewhere too.
Yeah.
Pop. Spoilers. But we'll see.
Yeah, at this point, you should know. You should know. If you've been here for 13, you should know. You should know at this point. But anyways, spoilers. So if you haven't seen anything, if we name the episode, you haven't seen it, you should probably stop, go watch that, and catch up, and come back. All right, we're on episode 4 of Gachiakuta. Here we pick up with getting to the cleaner's headquarters. We meet Simiyu, which is the receptionist, and her vital instrument are her glasses, or is her glasses, which let her see the potential of things. Pretty much like their giving potential. That sounds so weird to say, but that's what they call them, givers. So they're giving potential, or like their power potential and stuff. And so she inspects Rudo before they go to meet the boss, and she sees something unsettling. What could that be? I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe on his untapped potential. Or maybe he has a monster lying deep down inside. We'll see. We'll find out. But she does that. She kind of plays it off and gives like a general just, oh, he's strong. We don't need to train him for this and that and yada yada. Go meet the boss. And everything like that. So Rudo and Injin go to meet the boss, and Injin lets Rudo know that information is a value commodity on the ground. So don't just go around giving out information, and don't go asking for information without expecting to like have something, like give something in return, like of value, of equivalent value. So when they enter the office, they realize that the boss is not there, and Simiyu comes and tells them that the boss is out of the building and whatnot. So yeah, gotta wait for that. So while they're waiting, Ryu decides to take Rudo. That's gonna be confusing. Ryu and Rudo. Okay. Ryu decides to take Rudo on a tag-along job to kind of teach him the ropes, and everything like that. Also, a side note, when they were on the way to the boss's office or the captain's office, they like passed the room. They were like, yo, let's meet everybody, all the cleaners. He was like, but only a few people will be in there. They opened the door. All of the cleaners are there. And he said, we'll do that later. You can meet everybody later. And so fast forward back. As they're heading out for the tag-along job, Ryu introduces like the supporters, who are cleaners who don't have like the giving powers. But they are like there to help support, and so like they're just strong. Like they train really hard, and like they become strong to where they can help take care of some of the trash monsters, and toss them to the cleaners to help out. So as they're after the introductions and whatnot, the group encounters a herd of smaller trash beasts that turn into a group of slightly bigger trash beasts that turned into one super giant trash beast that shows up and complicates everything. And then the team pretty much decides to go ahead and get the cleaning, which is taking care of all the trash beasts. And they take care of all the small ones, which Ryu calls like a light dusting. Funny. And we find out that her vital instrument is a pair of scissors that she turns into big scissors, and she uses her feet to kind of like swing them around and fight and whatnot. And so they clear out all the small trash beast, and then Ryu starts fighting the big trash beast. And as she's fighting the trash beast, Rudo is kind of like, I don't want to say having a crisis, but he's having a crisis. Like he's kind of freezing up, and he's like, oh, I don't want to be like useless or like anything like that, but also I'm freezing up and I don't know how to use my powers properly to like help out. So he's kind of having a moment like that, and he's kind of frozen. So the supporters kind of grab him and run off and like keep him safe, pretty much. Ryu cleans up the giant trash monster by hitting its weak point and discovers that it's being powered by a vital instrument. What could that mean? We don't know. We don't want to jump to conclusions, but I'm going to do that anyway. I think one of the cleaners is out here being devious and is a traitor. So, or creating havoc to further their plot. And so we end off this episode by seeing one of the trashers who Rudo fought when he like came down to the ground in the second episode, being questioned by a stranger who was asking about the spherite that the trasher saw or fought. Who could that be? I don't know. There's a lot of questions. There's less like answers, but then there's also questions because we also got some exposition in there with them explaining like the different zones of the world and whatnot. So what did you think about this episode?
I thought it was better than the last one. I like this one a lot more than the last one. I don't know if it's because of the action, because they explain a little bit more about the world. But I was feeling this one. Speaking of the action, the fight was pretty good between Rio and whatever that trash monster was. They showed some new. You were right. They did answer a few questions, and then they asked a couple more. You're left with more puzzles with Rudo as well. It's like, okay, he's got that power like everybody else. Something's wrong with it, maybe. And that's probably something he's going to have to work through for his journey. But it was pretty good. He still has that whole I need to be polite, like, to the boss, make sure I come in on the right foot kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So I do like how they're kind of doing the tone of the show so far. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. I think this one was definitely a stronger episode than last episode. The pacing was much better. The content or substance was much better. They did good. They kind of teased all of the other cleaners in like a little split second, and then like kind of said, nah, not yet, and kind of moved forward, which I thought was nice because you kind of got a sneak peek of like the character design of like a good amount of them. And so I think that's going to be really cool to just watch the development of them and how the roles that they all play. And I wonder which one is creating the trash beast, or if there's like a outsider giver who is creating the trash beast. Like, what's the deal with that? But yeah, this is pretty cool. And I like the fact that they explain the zones of the world, like the dead zones or no man's zones. No man's zones. But then like there's other places where it's like, okay, no, the air is breathable. Because I definitely had that question. I was like, how are they able to breathe right now? Like I thought it was kind of bad, but there's different pockets and whatnot. So it makes sense. So hopefully it all just continues to flesh out. I kind of like this space. I kind of want them to keep this space for the rest of the season. But
yeah, I mean, they can't go full throttle the whole time. But I do like learning a little bit more about the world and then seeing a little bit of action. I think maybe stay away from the maybe the comedy was what threw off the last episode for me because I wasn't feeling the comedy. But
yeah, you gotta earn it, you know. You can't just jump straight into it. You definitely gotta earn the comedy.
Yeah,
for sure. Like I feel like if we had known his name is Zonka. If we had known him or like seen him and Rudo like already kind of like building up that, and like it probably would have made more sense, but like off immediate rip, I don't know, it just seemed out of place.
Yeah. So.
Anyways, but that's episode 3. Episode 4, I mean, excuse me, of Gachiakuta. Strong, solid episode. Yes. The intro song still slaps. Yeah, I just gotta say that. All right, we're gonna move to episode 5. Yeah, yeah, I'm not alone. Let's go. We're gonna go to episode 5 of DandaDan. So this one does not pick up necessarily immediately where the last one left off, which we did. Okay, asterisk. That's an asterisk. All right, we went back and to watch the end of episode 4 just to kind of like fact check what happened. Yeah, they just hugged.
Yeah.
She said she was, you know, Momo was having a moment with Okarun, and Okarun is being, you know, his awkward self, you know, his natural kin Takakura self, and pretty much, you know, she was just like, I'm happy you're alive, and you know, I said I promised to save you, and I should be sorry because I almost did. So it's like, I was like, oh, that's sweet, that's cute, that's cute, that's cute. Y'all do that. Anyways, we're gonna come back into episode 5. So this picks up pretty much with Seiko. I feel like I'm saying her name wrong, but grandma. I call her hot grandma, but whatever.
Okay.
I mean, she's hot grandma. I don't know what else to call her.
Seiko.
I mean, okay.
Bachan.
Bachan?
Bachan.
Bachan.
Just, grandma.
Oh, hot Bachan. Okay, got you. So Seiko is leading a ritual to exorcise the evil eye from Jin. And this doesn't really work because the evil eye is too strong and Jin has too much spirit power. So what they end up doing is just keeping Jin encased inside of Taro until they can figure out how to exorcise the evil eye out of him, or like control it. So the group is having dinner, and while trying to figure out what to do, and during the dinner they discover that Jin transforms into his yokai form, which is the evil eye form. So from yokai to human when touched with cold or hot water respectively. So if he's yokai, he touches hot water or liquid, he transforms into a human. If he's human, he touches cold water, he goes yokai form. And so the group agrees to carry flask of hot water around just in case of an emergency, you know, to change him back. So with that, we kind of get and also they tell Jin that he can't leave like the city limits because obviously, you know, they are trying to contain the evil eye, and they tell him that he has to stay within eyesight of one of the members of the group at all times. So with that, I think they go to take them to school or something like that. They're leaving. They're going somewhere. And so I think they're going back home or something like that. But anyways, they're in the car. They're going back. And Momo and Okarun have like a little moment where Momo's like, you know, touching Okarun's hand. And Okarun's like, whoa, what? And then she's like, chill out, man. Just let it happen. And then like they just touch hands and like just have a little cutesy moment. And it's interrupted when Jin and Taro are arguing and going back and forth and all that good jazz. And then we cut to them. We cut to the school, and this is where Momo's like, "Yo, I need to talk to you, Okarun, and I need to talk to you. What's her name? Ira, and everything like that." And so Momo's pretty much like, "Yo, I need you guys to spend the night to help me watch over Jin because I feel more comfortable with y'all and your yokai forms there in case anything happens." And so they agree to help watch over Jin. And later that night, they're all having dinner, and the episode pretty much ends off with Okarun passing hot grandma some soy sauce, and pretty much like they have like a little fake out. He's like, "Oh," and like a drop spills, and then she's like, "Not that one." And then he like passes the real soy sauce, and like a drop spills onto Jin's hand, and he transforms into the evil eye yokai form and pretty much explodes the house. And that is where the episode ends off. Yeah, crazy. What did you think about this episode?
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Not action packed like some of the other ones, but there was some. I don't even think there was much exposition. They had some comedy here and there that was pretty good. I like the part at the beginning where they're trying to do the chants and stuff, and it's just like not working. It's like, okay, this is he's way too powerful. How are they going to do this? And how are they going to nerf him when he hopefully gets back to normal? That's going to be interesting to see. Yeah. I also like the Ranma 1/2 kind of homages. You probably didn't catch it. So you know what Ranma 1/2 is, right? No? Ranma 1/2 is an old show or manga show where Ranma turns into a girl with cold water and then turns back into a boy when he's splashed with hot water.
Okay, no, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, so it's kind of a comedy. They just re-released, they redid the series, and the first season released last year, I think, or the year before. But yeah, Ranma is that character, and then some of the jokes they had were kind of referencing Ranma, and then like I think the OG opening. So it was pretty funny. I like a lot of what they did in this episode.
Nice.
Yeah.
It wasn't action packed, but it was packed.
Yeah. Still full of yummy things.
Yeah. With that being said, I think to go along with the comedy or the good part of them in the beginning of trying to exercise the evil eye out of Jin, I think it was pretty cool to see what is it? What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say not when they were in school. Oh, wait, no, I'm blanking. When the Mantisian guy and his kid, they left, they were like, oh, yeah, he can only drink milk. They were like, oh, well, where are you guys at? Oh, we're like down the street at a farm. And they were like, all right, guys, we're gonna leave. And then like they literally like get powered into their UFO, and like they do their hyperdrive, like take off all the way into space, a small loop-de-loop, and then come right back to be like right next door and just power like phase down. I'm like, bro, they literally said they were across the street. Why they do all that? But it was great. It was perfect.
Sometimes it's faster.
Yeah. I guess that was a bit overkill, but yeah, I thought that was cool too. I mean, we got a little moment with Ira and like her, I guess, dealing with the aftermath of that rumor she spread about Ayase, or Momo. But yeah, I mean, and she's still gushing over Okarun. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. She's mean to Momo, but so nice to Ken. I don't get it.
It's Okarun's it's his moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His superpower. I like it. Well, it was a good episode. I don't know how this. Honestly, this show should not work. This show should not make sense.
Yeah.
It should not work, but it does.
The Jin thing is going on a lot longer than I thought it would, and I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Like, I thought he would already be in control.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see how they're gonna fix it, and then what's gonna happen, especially after this. How they ended the episode. It's like, okay, well, I'm gonna need that new episode ASAP.
That's what I was gonna say. So it was in the beginning, and like I don't think I picked up on it fully, but they said something like they gotta put Momo through some type of training or something like that to like she was kind of explaining like it had to be like a dance or something, like a ritual to try to like exercise him and everything, and she had to like go through a training or initiation or something. So I think they're trying to plan to get that done, but I don't know how they're gonna do it when he's kind of going on rampage mode right now. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, that's the anime for this week. This was a good week. This was a good week for the anime, so I'm very satisfied and happy with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And as we move on to the Toku side of things, it was also a decent week for the Toku. Like we're getting to that the end of the road, so they're starting to answer a lot more questions, and we're kind of seeing where the season's gonna end up. But let's start off with Mirai Sentai Timeranger, case file number 45, the end. Tomorrow research. So we have a new song. So this episode starts off. It sounds like a verse 2 maybe of the original song.
Yeah.
And it's mostly in English.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
It sounded strange.
As soon as it starts, you're like, something's not right.
Yeah.
Something's not right.
It sounded like they recorded it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
So from the beginning, you're like, something's different. And then we open with the Rangers and Tomorrow Research, and then the the landlord coming up and saying that they haven't paid rent in a couple of months and they're way behind. And if they don't pay by the end of the day, they're going to get kicked out. And this thus begins a recap episode where they kind of go over everything that's been happening the whole season, interstitched with how the Rangers are trying to get their money. I think Ayase goes to do a what is it called?
Was it gambling type of thing?
It's kind of gambling. It's like when you get a roll, like a lottery. Yeah, it's like a lottery roll that they have. Usually, if you buy something at the store, they'll give you like one chance to do it. I've done one of them a couple times, or you could just buy chances to try it. So he tries to do the lottery to get, I think it was diamonds in order to pay their rent, and he fails. But he comes across Naoto, and then he tries to convince Naoto in order to help them pay for it, which Naoto obviously says no to. And then they have one of the Lunder's family come out of cryostasis, and then he's small, and they have to chase him around. This is just a bunch of silly stuff while they recap kind of what's been happening in the season. But it ends up with Naoto coming over and giving them the money in order to wash V-Rex. So not enough to get him any lower on the list. No. He's still number one. Like, I don't get him, but whatever. It's a weird episode. I guess it was the Christmas episode. So
yeah. Dude, you left my man Doman out of this one. What do you mean?
Doman, oh yeah, he was on his date with Onami. Yeah. And then they did their recap side of things too. I forgot that was the B. I don't think we went over to the Lunders for their side of it, did we? Yeah, it was just that. He was fine.
Yeah. I'm on to you. Yeah.
Doman's fine.
Yeah.
No problems with Doman.
Okay. We'll keep it that way.
What'd you think? Recap episode, but
I thought this one was akin to the to like that weird episode with Shion where he was like sleeping and everything.
Oh yeah.
I was like I guess they wanted to kind of add some brevity to the dire situation that is building. So
that, and I guess it's like, Christmas. Hey, we're about to end. Well, it could have been something with Christmas season too, but it was like, hey, we're about to end. Let's get everybody on the same page. Get them ready for the series finale.
That too. I mean, I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and move on to case file number 46. Cut off from the future. Mirai no Danzetsu. So Tak gets repaired by Shion. Lunders is planning on turning themselves in, so they start freezing a bunch of the inmates in order to turn them over to the Timerangers, so they can escape from this time period before it goes through extinction. Computer engineer Gate comes by while they're doing that and says, no, thank you. He's got to find a different way. Naoto ends up taking control of the city guardians once news of the 30th century gets out. So Tatsuya's dad loses control of them. The city guardians get attached to one of the city's forces. I forget, like the city protection, kind of like the police force.
Yeah.
So once that happens, Gate hijacks the Space Research Institute and then holds it ransom. But while he's doing that, he accidentally hits a button. There should have been 30-minute timer, and then he accidentally hits the button and it just goes flying down until there's 3
minutes or
something. 3 minutes. And then from there's a mad rush of everybody going in because the Rangers they were about to try to infiltrate, sneak stealthily. But then as soon as that happens, everybody's just like, go, 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 go. And then Doman, there's a bulkhead clock closing down, so I guess the timer won't go off until the bulkheads are all closed and all of that's done. So Doman stops it by just bracing his shoulder against it and keeping it from crashing down.
Hey, that's my guy.
Yeah, so Tatsuya helps him out with it. it ends up buying them enough time that Shion convinces Tak to help plug into the system and then hack it so that everything's fine. So the gate ends up going big, but the time jets don't launch anymore because the captain won't launch them because he's the only reason they got sent forward. But they end up using the time flyer's cannon to help V-Rex take out Gate. Afterwards, Tak blows up, but ends up getting restored from a backup that Shion made. And that's the end of that episode.
This one was, I feel like this one was more talk centered because it was about finding him and dealing with his like wanting to be useful and helpful and not feeling like he's useful, like because he doesn't have his connection to the future and database anymore, and everything like that. And so like it was more like him and Shion going back and forth as far as like Shion convincing him that like no, they don't want him around because of the information he gives. They want him around because of Tak being Tak, which I thought was interesting since he's like a robot type of thing, but like he's like personalized. I don't know. I found it interesting, and I guess took it a step further. But I like this episode. It was pretty nice.
Yeah, it was fine. I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
They had a little bit of action in there. I like how they kind of threw that wrench in. It's like, okay, now you can't get your robots in order to help fight. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was also kind of dealing with the term or the fact that the captain could have been messing with Tak's information and stuff like that to kind of get back at the Rangers. So
yeah,
I think all in all, a decent episode.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was cool.
So after that, we get to case file number 47, the end of the Dawn no Saigo. Jian is converting Lambda 2000. So he actually broke into, or what he stole originally were the pieces, the Lambda 2000, and he could convert that into energy for like bombs. He's done that in the past. So now he took a couple more pieces. Loaners completed their prep for turning themselves in, but the Dawn is going to try to stop the extinction before it happens and before they have to turn themselves into the Time Rangers. Meanwhile, the Rangers are trying to infiltrate the CGC in order to study the fragments that remained after blowing up G-Zord. They end up getting caught by Naoto, but Jian unleashes Crisis, the new monster of the week, and he ends up attacking the city. And in the meantime, the Rangers kind of escape before Naoto can really do anything. So they come and try to stop him, but they are stopped themselves. Dal Nero tries to stop Jian, but is attacked, and then Yuri kind of jumps in front of the shots that are fired at him to protect him. Because she doesn't want him to die before she can arrest him and he can serve his time. He runs off while Yuri is down and finds Jian again. And before Yuri and Tatsuya can find them, Jian ends up sneaking a gun out and finishing off the Dawn. So he kills Dal Nero. Yuri ends up catching them and having the speech about how he killed her family, and Dal Nero is just like, sorry, I don't remember. Which like breaks her down.
That's kind of
yeah. Which really pisses her off, and she kind of rages out a little bit. But then at the end, Tak figures out that the fragments that the Rangers found was the Lambda 2000, and now Lambda 2000. And then the Rangers are kind of on the same page of, oh, this is what Jian's planning. We got to stop this. So that's the end of number 47. All in all, I liked it. It was a decent episode. It's not really focused on Yuri that much. I think it's focused on the Don.
Mhm.
I honestly thought the Don would last until I thought he would be the final boss because he seemed to be doing a good job.
Yeah.
So it was surprising to see him get taken out.
Yeah.
And I guess Gian will be the big bad for the season.
Yeah. I was surprised. I mean, it was nice to see the character development for the Don because I mean, he started off as the big bad and low-key kind of he was alright.
Yeah.
He was alright by the end. Like I was like, I mean
he was never really that. I mean, he was a criminal, but other than being a criminal, he was a fine guy.
Yeah. He was pretty chill. He had morals and everything.
Yeah, some morals, I guess.
Yeah. All he wanted was the money. Well, a lot.
Well, he did some bad things to get that money sometimes, but
I mean, true, but compared to Gian.
Yeah, but compared to Gian, yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I liked it. I like the backstory for them, and this seems like a conclusion to a storyline, and it was pretty nice.
Yeah,
it's pretty nice.
I concur.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know how Yuri's gonna cope, but I mean, there's only like what 2 or 3 more episodes.
That's pretty harsh for Yuri. So hopefully, that's a pretty rough one.
Yeah, hopefully she's fine with it. She seems cool with Tatsuya, so I don't know. Maybe that's our closure.
Yeah. Speaking of closure, we're going to close out the week with case file number 48. Well, we're not going to close out the week. We're going to close out Timeranger for this week with case file 48, The Return to the Future. Mirai no Kikan. So the Rangers end up kind of investigating what's going on. Tatsuya, or they kind of go over what's happening with Tak. While they're asleep, Tatsuya ends up having a bad dream. He wakes up where I guess everybody's getting sucked into this time warp. He wakes up, can't go back to sleep. Shion's drinking cocoa. And then little by little, we find that none of the Rangers are really sleeping. Yuri's up on the roof, still kind of confused or feeling really bad about what happened to the Don and how she's not going to get the closure that she wanted. The Rangers end up taking all of the prisoners that they have and all of the prisoners that the Lunders family gave them to their escape ship, so they could prep, I guess, for the worst case scenario. As they're doing that, Gian attacks the city and the new Neo Crisis that he builds. V-Rex tries to stop them, but Tak figures out that it's actually V-Rex and Gian fighting that's causing the disturbances to happen, and that's probably what's going to cause the extinction for the current time period. Tatsuya ends up convincing the other 4 to go back to the escape ship, and then while they're on the ship, Tatsuya programs it to shut all the doors and then escape to the future. So he runs out at the last second after triggering the return of the spaceship. Gian ends up defeating V-Rex, and the CGC relieve Naoto of his position. They just roll up. It's like, sorry, Tatsuya's dad actually showed everyone that one guy was doing some shady things. So now that guy is out of office. Since you're so closely associated with him, you're kind of screwed too. And Tatsuya's dad is now controlling the CGC again. And you've lost any position you may have had. Sucks to be that guy, I guess.
Yeah.
He was the worst anyway, so but in the end, they try to redeem him by having him protect a little girl that's running. It's the same girl with his birds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna work. No close to works. Sorry.
Yeah.
But in the end, Tatsuya ends up finding him after he gets attacked by this big attack, because it's been stated that V-Rex's controller will die that day.
Yeah.
But Tatsuya ends up finding him, and then he tries to get him to safety as everything explodes around them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the episode ends.
Yeah.
Big cliffhanger. Yeah. What did you think?
I thought this episode was full. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, because like they had the stuff going on with the Rangers, which I'll get to that in a second. But they also had the stuff with Naoto and Tatsuya's dad. So like, I think they met in like the hallway or something like that, and like his dad was like, "Yo, how's it feel to have all the power?" or something like that. And he was like, "Feels good." He's like, and then Tatsuya's dad's like, "I assume you're not gonna stop there." He's like, "Of course not." And he was like, and then he like spits out some like proverb or something like that. And then Naoto's like, "Yeah, I plan on getting all the power," or something, and then walks off, and then he finishes it, and he's like, "Oh well, this isn't gonna end well for." I don't know. I forget exactly what he said, but he said something about those who like go for power always fight like an endless battle, and then it doesn't end well, or because at some point, like it's already planned out who the victor is, or something like that. And so I was like, okay, all right, we about to have something go crazy. I mean, it's only like 2 episodes left, but all right, whatever, go off. And so that leads into Tatsuya's dad literally pulling like a power play move and a Uno reverse out here. So I was like, all right, cool. That's tough. But it's kind of like justice, because at that point, when they tell him that like, yeah, all these portals are happening because V-Rex and Gian are fighting, and they're like, yo, call off V-Rex. He's like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep fighting. I don't really care. Because I was just like, what? That doesn't make sense to me. He was like, yo, he's like, I'm trying to get power, like protect or something. I don't know. He said something stupid, and I was like, all right. I was like, get this guy out of here, please. So, but on top of that, they also had a moment with when Tatsuya had them on like the time ship trying to leave, and like they kept saying, all right, yo, we gotta go. You don't have a second chance, and like they would literally like start a whole nother dialogue, and then they would end that dialogue be like, okay, you really gotta go, like any second now, you're not gonna have another chance, and then a whole nother long dialogue of like going back and forth. And I was like, oh, I mean, it looks like they have plenty of time to get out of here, to be honest. So yeah, I just thought that was cool. Yeah. And then we also got a little moment with Tatsuya and Yuri.
Oh yeah, right at the end.
Yeah,
that was kind of like when he sent her out. Obviously, the rest of the Rangers are pissed.
Yeah,
they're like, "Yo, we want to fight."
Yeah.
And we have people that we want to protect.
Mm-hmm.
And then Yuri gets close to telling, I think, but it's already done.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucked.
Yeah. Oh well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But it was a good episode nonetheless. We're definitely in crunch time. I still don't know how they're gonna land this plane. It is literally high winds, a little bit of a rainy, slick runway, and I think like one of the little wings is like a little flappy. It's not even responding properly. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what kind of pilots we got, you know. But they trying to land it.
So final 2. Next episode is the last episode for this one.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Hopefully they do a pretty good job landing it. I think they'll do decent. I've liked the majority of the show or the episode, so we'll see.
Yeah, most of it hasn't been too bad. There's been some kind of like I could have did without it, but for most of it, it actually has been pretty solid. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. So that's it for Sentai this week. Let's go ahead with Kamen Rider Kuuga. We'll start with episode 45, Arch Enemy, Kyoteki. So Kuuga shoots 46 with his ranged gun as he's about to attack more police. And then 46 ends up grabbing a weapon and transforms it into a ranged weapon, kind of like Kuga's. Actually, he kind of uses kind of Kuga's ability the same way. And then kind of counterattacks. Ichijo shows up and then sees the scorekeeper, and he shoots him and shoots the abacus that he carries around once, and then shoots number 46 as well. Or the scorekeeper is 47. I forget what number they end up giving him, but he shoots the scorekeeper. Kuuga ends up switching to gold purple, and then he stabs 46 after taking like a few shots and walking towards him. He stabs him, and then 46 is just like, okay, cool. And then he grabs it, and then he's like, my sword now, and turns it into his sword. And that's when you kind of know.
I don't understand.
Nobody's talking to you, Google.
Shh, Google.
But
he grabs his sword.
Done throwing me off, Google. So he grabs his sword. He's like, my sword now. And then he starts slashing at him. And this is when you kind of know Kuga's like in trouble.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to end up well for him.
Yeah, no.
So Kuuga switches forms again. And then 46 is just like, yeah, I can do that too. And then switches forms and kind of matches him.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kuuga switches to his red gold. And then red gold form. And then he kicks number 46. 46 just takes it, absorbs it in, and then he's like, let me show you how to use that power. And then his eyes kind of flash, and then he does his kick to Kuuga, and it's like, okay, he's done.
Yeah.
Like he gets knocked out of Henshin. He lies kind of bloody on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Ichijo ends up getting knocked out off of the steps that he's on, and he like holds on to them the last minute and manages to swing in.
Yeah.
That man,
he's unkillable.
yeah. he's escaped death too many times.
Too many.
But we find out that Ichijo had actually hit the scorekeeper with a tracking round, so they can actually track where he is, which is pretty cool. Inokira gets called by Ichijo and asked to hurry up with the rounds that she was, the disrupting rounds, I think is what they call them.
The nerve
disrupting rounds. So she's been working on that. Yusuke gets taken to a hospital as he is beaten senseless. The Grongi, we switch over to the Grongi and they realize that the scorekeeper was hit by one of the targets because Rose Lady, I think, says he smells funny. Kind of like the same thing that happened with number 3. So they know that somebody's coming. And then he kind of the scorekeeper informs 46 that he's got to start over from scratch because what they call it, the Gundada was destroyed, which is the abacus that they were keeping the kill count on. So he's got to start over, and 46 like, okay, I can do that, but first I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, cool,
let's do it.
Yeah. And then he holds his own. They start fighting, and then Inokira finishes the special rounds, and Sakurako relays Yusuke's message of wanting to get stronger to the doc at the hospital.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where the episode leaves off.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
Oh my gosh, this episode is crazy. I mean, just the last 4 have been crazy, actually.
Yeah.
But for this one, I think first off, this guy, what's his name? Number 46 is crazy. Literally every attack he got hit with, he just absorbed and like transformed it and used it against them.
Yeah, he ends up telling us his name is Gadoru.
Yeah.
Right after he basically kicks Kuuga to unhinge him.
Yeah. Dude, no, he's strong. I think it was cool to see the scorekeeper like transform and like get active.
Yeah.
Our guy Ichijo is unkillable, and I don't know. I don't know.
He might be a Grongi. I don't know.
He might be undercover. Bro. Yeah. What if he's the real UFO
yeah.
Zero? That'd be kind of funny. That'd be cool. But I don't know. Something about him. I don't know. Maybe this is why Rose Lady likes him.
Could be.
Because he's unkillable. Yeah. I don't know. So that's it. That's all I can really say. I thought this was a good episode.
Yeah, I like the action in the episode. The fight between 46 and Kuuga was pretty good, especially switching forms. And and it felt brutal. Like it felt like Kuuga was he got his suit like slashed.
Yeah, he was getting
once he took the sword. Yeah, he had the scars on his front end and his back. Like he kind of felt bad for the man.
Yeah, his arm was getting sliced up.
Yep.
His shoulder fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was a good episode.
Yeah.
I like it.
So the next episode is number 46, Indomitable. Fukutsu. Number 46 is getting worked from the scorekeeper. So the scorekeeper is actually a stronger Grongi, and he starts fighting with him. As Yusuke comes to after getting shocked again, and then as soon as he wakes up, he's like, "Oh, you shocked me? Because I feel a little bit more powerful." And then he kind of races off after everybody's like, "Good luck, buddy."
Yeah.
During the downtime, we kind of hear a little bit about Yusuke's father, because the master at Pole Pole is talking to Nana and Midori, I think, his sister. And they kind of tell Nana about Yusuke's father, or both of their father, and kind of how it was growing up with them, which was some nice backstory. The scorekeeper ends up fleeing, and while he's doing that, Jean convinces Enokita to go home to her kid. She's finished the disruptor rounds, but I guess she doesn't really want to go home, or she's afraid to go home, because there's been reports of her kid kind of skipping school, and then having some issues, and she feels like a failure. So good on Jean, I guess. That's closure for that B plot that's kind of been happening in the background.
Yeah.
So Yusuke ends up showing up just in time to save Ichijo as the rounds wear off. So the disruptor rounds got delivered to Ichijo and the other two cops. The other two cops go after number 47, the scorekeeper, and then Ichijo goes in by himself to try to take out 46. So he gets a couple shots off, and 46 is down, and then he sees the Rose Woman and is about to shoot her when 46 pops up, and he's like, nah, and then starts going at, and he still doesn't kill Ichijo.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Like, I mean, that man is blessed.
Yes.
So
either blessed or cursed. The one or the other.
So the other two look like they took down 47. But 46 gets back up and starts attacking Ichijo. Yeah. And then Yusuke shows up at the last second to save him. They end up quartering off an area where Yusuke can fight 46. So he ends up taking him there. And then during that showdown, Yusuke turns into a black gold Kuuga.
Yeah,
and then gives him kind of a double mark kick. And then there's a huge explosion.
Pillar of fire.
Yeah, there's a pillar of fire that reaches up. Like, I'm surprised. They're probably going to say nobody died, but if nobody died, like, I don't know what's going on. Insane. Yeah. So then we cut back to Enokita. She goes home. She gives a touching speech to her son. And they kind of reconnect a little bit. And then we get the white dress guy walks out, and he's got like full final boss vibes. Like, okay, that's the final boss.
Yeah. Big bad. Yeah.
And that's how the episode ends.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
For this one, honestly, the pillar of fire, or the red pillar, the red sky beam, as I'll call it from now on, is similar to the blue sky beam that we saw in the other time. So that's cool to point out. I would say I like the suit. I like the new black suit.
Yeah.
Definitely my favorite out of all of them. And I don't know what Ichijo has going on, but if I was to get knocked off of steps down to the ice from that distance and height, I don't think I would be getting back up.
Nope.
Yes, but he's chilling, man. I don't understand. He likes playing with fate, so I'll give it to him. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So yeah, that's all I think that's all I got for this one. I don't know how much stronger Yusuke can get.
Yeah.
To be honest.
He's gonna need it.
Yes. Yeah.
So we start out. I like the episode as well. A lot of action. It's pretty nice. Scaling up for Yusuke or Kuuga at the end. It was a good fight, so I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we could talk about the John B plot. I mean,
It was fine.
He
I don't know.
did something, I guess.
Sure.
He was there. But with Ikido Inokita, her plot, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, if I was her kid, I would not be giving. I would not have come up to her like that. I would have gave her a hard time. I'm not gonna hold you. Because, like, she literally went the entire season blowing him off.
Yeah, but she's got important work to do. It's like, you gotta do something. She's trying to protect him and everybody else.
I mean, I get it, but also, like, stop making the promises. Just be like, yo, I gotta do this work.
That's true.
I'm like, no, like you said you're gonna be here. You were literally on your way several times.
Yeah.
And literally said, forget it. I won't call nobody or nothing like that. I'm just gonna leave and go. They'll figure it out. Like, what? Nah, man. At least do something. You gotta do something. Like when you're off, like when you get home, you gotta do something. You have to make me like pancakes, which she said she did. Like something.
Yeah.
Please. But yeah.
Yeah. So it was fine. Yeah. I think we're starting to wrap up all the B plots. I wasn't really invested in most of them.
Yeah.
John was like, okay, cool, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
He's getting more screen time now, though, than the first half of the season, which is...
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. He's in a lot of those meetings, so yeah, probably.
In the first half of the season, all we got was pickled radishes. Or something, you know? That's it.
He was at the train station. He ran into Nana. He was around. It was okay.
I guess without him, we wouldn't get Ichijo being super happy and smiling at the concert, so yeah.
I don't know how you got there, but okay.
Well, because he read... Oh, wait. No, that's not a...
Yeah.
That's not me.
No.
Whoops. My bad, guys.
Okay. Well, the next two are kind of quicker because they're going kind of boom, boom. We can start with 47. 47 was kind of confusing. I don't know how well you tracked it.
Okay.
So we open with the fight between Kuuga and Number Zero. And Number Zero is just setting people on fire. Apparently he has the power to just set people aflame. Mm-hmm. And Kuuga seems to have been beaten, and his buckle or his stone is what they call it. It's like shattered, glowing and shattered, and he collapses as Number Zero kind of finishes whatever he's trying to do. Mm-hmm. And then we start the new credits. These are probably new credits, I think, because they have the black suit and a whole bunch of them. Mm-hmm. So I think because I think they changed the lyrics too back to the original lyrics. Mm-hmm. But the images are a little bit different, so I think this is a new opening.
Okay, I skipped this one. Oh. I was trying to catch
it up. So anyway, and then we start, and I think it's 9 days later after that fight, and basically the police are working on a radar to track down Number Zero. Yusuke is working on a way to get stronger, or figure out a way to get stronger to beat Number Zero, and Number Zero is waiting for Yusuke to get stronger before he beats him down and kills him. Mm-hmm. So everybody wants Yusuke to get stronger. Number Zero wants him to get stronger so he can kill him. Mm-hmm. And then Yusuke wants to get stronger because he thinks that'll help him win. So Yusuke begins to making his round and talking to everyone and telling them how he's going to defeat Number Zero and then go on a journey. So that's episode number 47, pretty much. At the end, Number Zero walks up to a hospital. We also have the B story with the teacher that was pregnant come into play again. She's about to go into labor. So I'm not sure if the hospital he destroys is the one with the teacher in it. I don't think so. But that was kind of a weird thing to have so close together. But that's kind of how that one ends. I think Yusuke ends up talking to the doc and Inokita, I think, this episode. Telling them how he's going to go on a trip once he finishes.
Yes.
So he begins making his rounds this episode.
Yeah. Yeah, he was saying that a lot. I'm going to go on an adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since it's kind of related, number 48 is next. And 48 is the first time I've noticed that there's no opening sound as we go into it. Did you catch that?
No.
There's like a as they go in. And this one, there was none. It was just quiet.
I didn't notice.
Yeah.
Also, I was half asleep, but
I thought it was cool. I don't know what they're going for that one, but it was cool. I don't know if it was just like, hey, we're serious.
Yeah.
Or what it was, but that happens. So Yusuke basically keeps doing his rounds, and now he's up to Pole Pole, and he tells them he's Kuuga before he rushes out in the rain.
There was a lot of rain this episode.
Yeah, there was a lot of rain. I think I kind of get the feeling that it's been raining since whatever happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fight. Ichijo ends up finding a note because they're investigating a building. He kind of got called out on it because he was like, well, let's not call Yusuke over until we know what's going on. But Ichijo finds a note. He sees B1, the rose lady, and then tries to question her about the note, and she like knocks him back or something like that. And then he chases her out and then shoots her a couple times with the nerve disruptor rounds.
Yeah.
She spits out a lot of blood and then kind of collapses.
Yeah. She falls into the river.
Yeah. And he says she's dead, but yeah. After that, Yusuke ends up visiting Midori and then finally Sakurako and telling them kind of the same story. And around this time, I kind of caught it before. It's like, oh, he's not going on a journey. Like this is him setting up, like he's going away. And then it kind of, especially with Sakurako, it felt like really heavy. Like, because she comes out and she's still trying to be kind of cheerful and send him off with a smile, but I think Midori probably figured out what was going on as well. But I think Sakurako definitely got a vibe. Well, she definitely knows because in order to get strong enough, she knows he's going to try to become this weapon that he never really wanted to be. But I think he figures out that that's the only way he can defeat him. So while that happens, number 0 hits 2 spots and kind of decimates them, and there's bodies everywhere. And then Kuuga or Yusuke rushes up at the last spot at the last second, sees number 0, and number 0 is like, I'm going to be waiting for you at the mountains. And then Yusuke ends up rushing off. He meets up with Ichijo, or Ichijo meets him at that spot and asks him what's going on. And then he's like, yeah, we got to go to this. Yusuke tells him that number 0 is going to be at this spot, so we got to go. And then they both rush off. When they get to the top, Yusuke tells Ichijo that, hey, if you need it, I may have a weakness because I'm not fully healed and my belt is cracked. So aim there. And then you can kind of see Ichijo get it. And he doesn't say anything. And then Ichijo kind of feels like he's depressed. And then Yusuke's trying to kind of keep him cheered up. So kind of a sad way to end it off. But he runs up there. He transforms into his dark form. He starts fighting with number 0. Number 0 is right there. They both kind of set each other on fire, and they just go blow for blow, and they keep attacking.
Yeah.
they damage each other's belts and then just keep punching each other until they both collapse in the snow.
Yeah.
And then Ichijo kind of screams Yusuke's name, and that's kind of where the episode cuts off.
Yeah. I did wake up to hear him doing the whole snake thing.
Oh, so you missed everything?
No.
You're gonna have to watch it again.
Yeah. Well, I was like in and out. I think I missed like the meat and potatoes of the conversation between him at Pole Pole and then him and Midori, but I heard the conversation with him and Sakuraku.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, it was heavy, but I was like, oh, look at them. They have like a little Tatsuya and Yuri moment. I was like, all right. I was like, I see you guys. Just say it. But it's like, okay.
Yeah, but it's like everybody's kind of figured out what his plan is.
Yeah.
But they're like, okay. Well, I don't know if everybody. I definitely think Sakurako knows.
She knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. So of course she knows. She's the one that's been deciphering all the messages.
Yeah, but it doesn't say like. Well, yeah, that's true.
Because she left them off with like, yo, just remember to not let them take away your son or let the sun turn you into the darkness or whatever.
Yeah.
Like with the whole cryptic messages. Like she was like, but I think back.
She knows that that's exactly what it's going to do in order to try to get more powerful.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I like the 2 episodes. It's a nice. It gradually starts out. Well, it starts out heavy because it's like number 0 is just like killing tons of people. There's bodies everywhere.
Pew pew.
Yeah. Then there's a ton of rain. Yusuke's rushing around talking to everybody. And then it just feels like it gets darker and darker and darker. And then I think that's exactly where they want you to be.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I will say Mr. Zero is a crazed lunatic because as they were punching each other, he was definitely laughing. He was like, ha 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 ha. This is so fun. He's like Gin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. But I thought that was cool. I was like, all right, man's crazy. Like for real. Not half crazy. Full crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wonder what's gonna happen. They got 2 episodes left?
No, 1 episode. There's 1 more episode. That's the end of Kuuga.
Wait, so Timeranger has 2 episodes left?
Timeranger has 2 episodes. Kuuga has 1.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be crazy.
Yeah. So only 1 more episode.
Woo!
And we cut it off at 1 episode.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the end of Kuuga for this week.
Yeah.
They really set it up. So there's only 1 more episode, and then we'll find out what happens.
Yeah, I will say this landing is a little bit more steady than Timeranger.
I don't know. We'll see.
I feel like their wing is working. Like they still got the wind, but like their wing is at least working, and it's not really a slick rain heavy.
I'll have to say, I think I like the B stories in Timeranger a lot more than the B stories in Kuuga.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but Kuuga as a whole, I think, feels more cohesive than the Timerangers. But we'll see how they do in the final 2 episodes.
Yeah. A lot can happen in the final 2 of the way they're going.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're talking about Timeranger, the way Timeranger's going, a lot can happen in the final 2.
So curious to see how everything will land. 1 more episode of Kuuga, 2 more episodes of Timeranger. Look out for episode 14. That's when it all comes to a head.
I promise to stay awake for those episodes.
It'll probably be a very short episode because we'll probably do that. And then I'm thinking maybe if I can find the promo for the new seasons, maybe that one.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
But
that'll be cool.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, thing. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's been a good journey.
So we will catch you next episode. That's it for episode 13 of Kyoudai Ai with superjollymac and DonTheVan signing off. As always, we may not have much money. We may not have much time. But there's one thing we do have a lot of.
Yep.
And that's
Lambda 2000. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Peace out.